This is the story of my coin roll hunting adventure. So here I am, grabbing the bags of coins at Walmart to cash them in, so I can go and get some penny rolls. And basically, these are very heavy, as you can tell. Here we are at Walmart. And I always love to come here to put my coins into the Coinstar machine. So, yeah, as you can tell, there's a lot of coins. Here's the first scoop of them. This is always really fun for me, and I always recommend, if you have just some coins laying around that you want to get rid of, just cash them at the Coinstar. But if they are valuable, then just keep. But if you do just have a jar of coins, this is the best place to do it. And then this is the total amount I made. $118.14. Yeah, and over almost 11,000 pennies. Here I am currently getting my money for it. It's kind of crazy to think of all those coins getting turned into just that. And so now we're heading to the bank to get the rolled coins. And fortunately, they were able to come through and get the coins for us. Here is the first box. There's the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So, here is the total result. Over 4 boxes of pennies. Here I am dumping out the first bag of coins. I like sorting them by roll type because it just feels convenient. Here I am dumping out the first roll of pennies. And, as you can tell, I found a coin. And so the US mints at 3 different places: P, D, and S. So Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. This is the D one, which is Denver. And as you can tell, the D will be right underneath the date. And the S is San Francisco. And the same thing happens here, where the S is under the date. So they're usually proof coins. So here I am. Now my little brother is helping me do it. And here is the first Loomis roll. I'm currently opening it up, and I usually get just plain machine round rolls, not Loomis. So here I am dumping it out, and then as usual, I sort through it, and I usually find stuff, but sometimes there are boxes which we call Skunk Boxes. So, I found 3 of the 4 200th anniversary birth pennies of Abraham Lincoln, but then I eventually found the last one. This is the 3rd penny of the release. It is the professional life one of Abraham Lincoln, and then this one is the 2nd one of Abraham Lincoln. And then we have the rarest of all, the presidency one. They made about half the amount of the other ones as this. So, these are the current amount of wheat pennies that I found at this point. But, by the end, I found like 50 to 75 of them. So, here is a 1935 wheat penny, for example. So, as you can tell, it's really worn down because it's 90 years old. So, if you check the back, the wheat stalks, there's about half of them, or 3/4 of them. So it's in VG8 to F12, which would be about 18 to 20 cents, according to the Redbook. My grandpa joins me with my little brother and me. So this is the current amount of Canadian pennies I found at this point. And I found a similar amount of Canadian pennies to wheat pennies. So this is the one they used from 2003 to 2012 when they discontinued the Canadian penny. So this one is in good shape, and it's from the year 2006, which usually these coins are about 10 cents a piece. This is the one they used from 1990 to 2003. It's the diadem obverse. So this one is an example from the year 1997, and is also about 10 cents a piece. This is the tiara one, the longest running one, from 1965 to 1989. So this one is a 1971 example, and this one's also worth about 10 cents a piece. This is the young head obverse Canadian penny. It ran from 1953 to 1964, and this example is from 1963, and these are usually worth about 15 cents a piece. This is the King George VI obverse, which run from 1937 to 1952. This example is from 1950, and these are usually worth about 20 to 25 cents a piece. This, in my opinion, is the third best penny we found. It's a 1906 Indian head penny in VGA to F12 condition, which is $3.50 to $5.50. This is the second best in my opinion. It's a 1944 wheat penny, which is the most common one, so you're probably like, why is it here? Well, it has an error called a clip planchet, and this is probably worth about $5. And then this is the Holy Grail. This is, in my opinion, the best find. It is a low mintage 1915D, which in G4 to VG8 condition is $3 to $4.25. If you're wondering what these mean, it's basically just a grading system. And also, I'm getting all of these values to the Redbook, the 2025 Redbook. This is the oldest penny I have. It's from 1882, and I bought this one, and it's corroded, so that will decrease the value to only about $6 to $7. This is an 1883 Indian head penny. It's not corroded, but this one's more worn down, which means that it's still worth $6 to $7, just like the 1882 one. And then this is a great condition 1900 wheat Indian head penny that I found in circulation, and in this condition, since it's corroded, it's about $5.50 to $6.50. And the last one that's my most valuable is the 1907 Indian head penny, and this one's also worth about $5.50 to $6.50. So this is all coming from the 2025 Redbook, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to get one for yourself. And then this one is, again, the 1915 D1, which I already told you is $3 to $4.25. And this is the progress of my wheat penny book that runs from 1909 to 1958. And I'm going to show you some of the best finds in the book. So this is a 1915D, which I already mentioned is about $3 to $4.25. This is a great condition 1918, worth about $1.50 to $5. This is a 1919S that has been shot by a BB or a bullet, and it's worth about 75 cents to 80 cents, but it'll probably be priceless because of the bullet. This is a 1921 that was unfortunately cleaned, worth about 50 cents to 75 cents. This is a great condition 1937 wheat penny, worth about $2 to $2. This is a 1941 mint condition coin, unfortunately cleaned, worth about $2. This is a 1941 that's not cleaned, which is worth about $3. This is a steel cent from 1943, and this one is relatively common, so it's worth about 30 cents. This one is worth about 35 cents, and the 43S is worth about 65 cents. And this is a great condition 1946 wheat penny worth about 60 cents. This is a BU condition 1955, which is probably worth anywhere from $1 to $10. It has almost no blemishes, it has no dirt or anything on it. It's a near perfect coin, and it hasn't been cleaned. So, this is a really book, and that's why I have been collecting over the years wheat pennies, because they're just so fun to do, and yeah.